Hey, little boy, my chocolate must be untouched by human hands.
And now we have a final model, but there's still a little bit of code I want to do before I'll be ready to start the report. I'm going to notice my residual standard error is 52. So my ability to predict enemy deaths is plus or minus 52. What was enemy deaths like? Okay, we're talking 4,000 or so, and I'm off by 52. That's pretty good. My R squared is 0.9981. Oh, that's pretty awesome. I bet not many of you are going to be able to beat that. Okay, I'm looking through which variables I'm going to need to talk about. Okay, I've got 8 variables. Stock is going to be hard because it interacts. And it not only interacts with one, it actually interacts with 2 different variables, so that's not going to be fun. Terrorism is alone, so that won't be too bad. Missiles is cubed, I need a picture. Spies is just a sentence. Media squared and interacting, so yeah, nasty. I'm just gonna have to do a picture. Personnel is alone, napalm's alone, so those are easy, and payload interacts with stock, so I'll need a picture. Okay, what do I need next? I need a prediction equation. I need Enemyhat based off all these other variables. Okay, I'm sorry. I know this is going to make the video longer, but I really do not like scientific notation because then I have to think about it. I need my coefficients. Yay, there they are without rounding. No, never mind. They are totally rounded. They're rounded to no decimal points, which that's not good. Okay, here we go better. Any of these that rounding to 6 decimal places just wasn't enough. A lot of stock by payload maybe. I tried going 8 decimals and it okay, 7 decimals. Is that enough? I'm going to worry about that in a little bit. For right now, I just want them listed out, and I'm going to go through and put in all these variables. I am putting hat on the variables, and here for terrorism high, I decided to call it terror, because after 4 letters, I decided that was enough. This guy here is supposed to be 104.000. You know what? I just decided 104. So how much rounding? I'm kind of doing that on based off each one, giving it several decimals, so that it should be enough. Now I'm doing it across multiple lines so that you can actually see it on the screen with me. And here I had a plus, a minus sign. I could have just made it a minus, but I wanted to be able to see that I carried the minus sign on there because I'm being really careful, checking and double checking that I'm getting these numbers right. And yeah, this takes a long time, especially checking and then double checking that I haven't messed up. It's going to be worth it in the end. Notice that when I'm making this hat prediction, media hat had the I around it because that's the way the R notation works. I don't need that for the hat prediction equation though. Okay, and here I'm at this last one, and I worried that might not be enough decimals, so let me look at my summary fit again. Here it was in scientific notation, so I can, 1, 2, 3, 4, put that back into non-scientific notation. Times payload hat. And it says colon here. That's because it was multiply, but I didn't want it to put in stock automatically. So there is why it should be multiply in the prediction equation. Okay, that's my enemy hat. It uses, what, 6 or 7 other hats? Okay, I think that's all the hats I need. Stock, terrorism, missile. Notice my equation has media hat squared. I don't need to put that in as a special hat. Media hat is there, and it will square it for me. It looks like I missed payload. Yeah, payload's not there. Oh, and look, I squared it, but down in the equation it is not squared. So let's fix that. And at the end, I worry that I could have messed something up, right? There's just so much typing, and you've seen the timer jumping down here. But I have a plan. Right now, I've set all these values to 0, which is a terrible choice, right? A 0 as a stock value isn't even an option. So what I am going to do is pull up my original data. If you recall, I grabbed this, and I had it. I used to have it in my notepad, and I got rid of it. I probably shouldn't have. Okay, there's my first row. It's kind of hard to line it up. Can I? Maybe I'll have R do this. I want to see the first row in my data set. Oh, this is much better than looking at the notepad. Okay, my stock value was 4209. No, that was the enemy deaths. Stock was 118.4. The terrorism level was low, so not high, not medium. Those need to both be low. Missiles was 49. And let's put in all those values. Now, when I run these, it should give me the same values as that first line. So this enemy hat value should be 4209 or something close to it, something within 50, or if I'm unlucky, maybe 100 of the correct value. Or, maybe it won't be the correct value because payload, oh, right here, payload hat. So nice of it to tell me what I messed. Ooh, that was the only error. This is fantastic. So now I'm going to ask it to tell me what was the payload hat value. That is. Okay, short pause for me to freak out a little bit. Like, the value I was expecting was this 4209. That's what it should be predicting. But instead of typing in enemy hat, I typed in payload hat. So it's giving me this value that I typed in. Oh gosh, silly me. So this will happen too, don't freak out. 4183, that's not bad. 4209 is what I was expecting. Enemy hat. I'm only off by 25. That's just under 1 standard deviation, isn't it? It's about half a standard deviation. Okay, that makes me think the enemy hat must be good. Usually, if you mess up, you're off by, 1,000 or something bizarre. You're, 12 standard deviations off. So good. I feel like I have a good enemy hat. Now I can start to make what I'm going to need for these other plots.